This is the most disliked place on Earth. A desert almost completely devoid of human life. Yet, here, in this desolate place, a magnificent example of engineering is being created. A true marvel. In the heart of Chile's Atacama Desert, atop a mountain 10,000 feet above sea level, construction is underway for the world's largest telescope. This telescope, 40 meters taller than the Leaning Tower of Pisa, will, once completed, allow us to observe distant planets 5,200 times closer than our naked eye can see. The images it captures will also be 15 times sharper than those from the Hubble Space Telescope. However, building the world's largest telescope in the driest place on Earth, nothing short of a miracle. The Atacama Desert, second only to Antarctica in dryness, contains areas that have never seen a single drop of rain in recorded history. How is that even possible? This telescope will look back in time to witness the first galaxies, stars, and planets of the universe. It will aid scientists in their search for Earth-like planets and assist in a myriad of scientific pursuits. The engineers and construction teams have faced countless challenges while building a football field-sized dome in the high altitudes of the Atacama Desert. An incredible feat, don't you think? Welcome to another jaw-dropping video from Sinlox. South America's Pacific Ocean-facing Atacama Desert stretches for 1,000 kilometers and is considered the driest place on Earth, second only to Antarctica. The natural colors here are so unique, they appear as though we're seeing them for the very first time. Volcanoes are abundant, along with salt-covered deserts stretching for miles, Death Valley-like landscapes, and rare fog patterns. Yet, the one thing most essential for life, water, is nowhere to be found. It almost feels like an alien planet, doesn't it? And that's why the European Space Agency has tested its Mars rovers here. The location for this extraordinary project is atop a mountain peak 10,000 feet above sea level, 1,300 kilometers from Chile's capital, Santiago, and 130 kilometers from the nearest city. Imagine, this is where the world's largest telescope is being built. The European Southern Observatory, ESO, is constructing this massive telescope, named the Extremely Large Telescope, ELT. Can you imagine the size? This telescope will have a mirror that's 39 meters in diameter, 4 times larger than any telescope before it, capable of gathering 100 million times more light than the human eye can see. Incredible, right? To prevent dust from contaminating the mirror, the telescope will be housed in a giant steel dome, weighing nearly 6,000 tons, about the same as 2,400 pickup trucks. The dome will have 2 huge doors, remaining closed during the day. The structure is so tall that the Statue of Liberty could fit inside, and there's enough space inside for an entire football field. Beneath the dome, a high-tech platform will enable the telescope to rotate 360 degrees, letting it observe any part of the sky at night. Building this project in such a remote, barren region, miles away from civilization, is an enormous challenge. With no roads, electricity, or water, and at such high altitudes, construction is no small feat. ESO surveyed several locations across Europe, but in the end, they chose this site in South America. Why? The main reason? Avoiding light pollution, which could spoil the telescope's ability to capture clear images. Even at night, cities emit light that can obscure the light from distant stars. But it's not just the light. Clear skies are critical. While Europe is often clouded over, the Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, experiences clear skies 320 days a year, perfect for observing distant galaxies. In 2010, ESO's team selected this spot in the Atacama Desert, specifically the 3,000-meter-high mountain Cerro Armazon. The problem? The peak was too sharp to build on. They had to flatten the top to create a space large enough for 7 football fields. Imagine the challenge of flattening a mountain peak. Unbelievable, right? They used explosives to clear the mountain, removing 4.7 million cubic meters of earth. That's enough dirt to fill 1,911 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And after that, sinkholes started forming. Can you believe it? To fix this, they drilled into the ground, using vibrations to stabilize it. It took 5 years just to get the area ready. Once the land was prepared, they began constructing the foundation. Because this area is seismically active, the foundation had to be specially designed to withstand earthquakes. Hydraulic shock absorbers were installed to ensure the telescope remained intact, even in an earthquake. By 2023, the foundation was complete, and the next focus was on building the giant dome. The steel structure for the dome was assembled in parts at a base camp and then transported to the top using remote-controlled trucks. Can you imagine the effort? Once at the top, cranes carefully pieced the structure together like a giant puzzle. Inside the dome, the telescope's 39-meter-wide mirror will be constructed from 800 smaller pieces. It will collect light from space and transmit it through secondary mirrors for sharpening. Powerful lasers will be used to correct distortions caused by the atmosphere. Incredible technology at work. The ELT will allow scientists to observe galaxies millions of light-years away and even analyze planets for signs of life. The massive mirror will gather more light, potentially revealing whether planets have water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, perhaps even signs of pollution like Earth. In essence, the ELT will allow us to peer back into the universe's early days, viewing light from 1.35 billion years ago, something no telescope has ever done before. This tool could help us answer the ultimate question. Are we truly alone in the universe, or do Earth-like planets exist in distant star systems? The estimated cost of the ELT? A staggering 1.6 billion, almost the same as the construction of the Burj Khalifa. Experts predict the telescope will be completed by 2029. Once fully operational, it will unlock some of the universe's greatest mysteries. Truly, this is a project for the ages.